Good afternoon. I want to talk to you today about something I call the invisible wound. And I came up with that because I had this invisible wound, and it reminded me of when I had a physical ailment that I couldn't find out what was wrong. I went to the doctor after doctor after doctor. They told me I was making it up. It was all in my head, and it was not. And it wasn't until I got the help of a chiropractor who actually recognized what my physical symptoms were saying, and he told me about a book called The Missing Diagnosis. And I read that book, and it was all about what I was going through at that time. And so talking about this thing called the invisible wound reminds me of that book, because the invisible wound is something that's created by childhood emotional neglect. And it's invisible because we don't know we had it. And we suffer from things from emotional neglect, and it's not overt abuse. It's you didn't get something that you needed, and so the side effect of that is that you're missing something, and you can't look at something that you're missing. It's invisible. That's why I call it the invisible wound. And I've shared in other videos before about the book Running on Empty by Dr. Janice Webb, and there are other people who have written about this also. And this is how I discovered that's what it's called, something that I suffered from. My counselor had identified it, but she wasn't familiar with the term at the time. But I want to bring it out because it hinders us from doing so many things if we don't do something about it. And we need the validation that there was a cause, because when we have something wrong with us, there is always a reason. And if we dismiss it and go, it's not a big deal, we never address it. It never gets healed. We never get better. And so I want to encourage you that if you're not happy with your life, but you don't know why, you're like, I was raised by great parents. My parents were great. I had a happy childhood, but you're still like, I'm just not happy. There's just something missing. Feel empty. This is one of the kinds of side effects from emotional neglect. There are 12 different kinds that Dr. Janice Webb talks about, and some you might not know. And I mean, in her book, she really elaborates on it very well. She uses a little kid's situation, and then she goes through the situation 12 different ways, the same situation with 12 different sets of parents, and how it would affect us. And so I want to encourage you, if you're not happy with your life and you don't know why, I want to encourage you to explore this possibility. Either pick up that book, Running on Empty, or you can get a free consultation with me in coaching, and we can talk about that. And I'm also going to put with this video a link to an article I have that you can read in the privacy of your own home, wherever you're at, and then you can decide how to proceed from there, because I want you to be happy. And we're born to be happy. God created us to be happy. He made us on purpose to be a delight. And if you're not happy, that's not good. I want you to be happy because I love you. I care about you. I've been coming on these videos a lot this year. Started every day with shelter in place. But then just now that we're slowly opening up again in the world, I am busy with other things, doing coaching and helping people to overcome trauma in their life and overcome childhood trauma and overcome this thing called childhood emotional neglect, which is an invisible wound. And so I want to encourage you to, if nothing else, read the article that I include with this video if you're even curious as to what the heck I'm talking about. And so until next time, Danielle Bernack at daniellebernack.com, and love yourself from Survive to Thrive.